In the kingdom of Avaran, where edicts are carved into stone and daughters are bartered like coin, I stand one pace behind her, just beyond the hem of her burgundy gown, steel at my hip, silence in my mouth, and a storm in my ribs. I am Siren, sworn to keep Princess Cassandra unscathed, and I am good at not wanting what I can never have. Duty is distance, a measured step, a lowered gaze, a hand that only reaches for her when the world is falling apart. She never sees me, not truly, except she always has.
Cassandra looks at me the way a caged falcon looks at the sky.
Sharp and hungry, pretending indifference because it is safer to sneer than to ache. She speaks daggers in the council chamber, tongue honed against the men who would trade her future for a flag. They talk of her marriage as if drawing borders on parchment. I count windows, exits, the angle of the sun, and every now and then the pattern of the light on her throat. We learn to breathe in unison. We learn to live in the narrow corridor between wanting and speaking. She laughs at nothing when I'm near, a soft sound like a secret. I take the longer route to her chambers, just to be sure the shadows behave. We practice our language, stolen glances. A hand steadied on the small of her back. A name spoken once in the dark, then never again. The kingdom sharpens around us, whispers of war to the east, an alliance sealed by a ring. The duke they promise her to arrives with smiles that do not reach his eyes. He brings gifts and soldiers, a threat wrapped in silk. At the banquet he toasts her future. I keep my face still when I see how his gaze lingers, and I imagine 100 ways to put my sword through the toast. Cassandra lifts her goblet, knuckles pale, and does not drink. Later, amid tapestries and candle smoke, she says, "You will walk me to the balcony," and the command is a plea. Outside, the winter air bites. "You hate him," she says, chin high. "I do not think of him," I answer. "Then what do you think of?" She asks, eyes on the moon. "The perimeter," I lie, and the word breaks between us. We have almost confessions like these, strung like beads. At dawn in the training yard when her hair is unbound and I am unbraced. In the stables when she presses a hand to a skittish moray and I want with a ferocity that terrifies me to be the thing she calms. Jealousy is a quiet knife, when a courtier's fingers brush her sleeve, when she smiles too politely. When she hides the tremor in her breath that only I hear, and still I deny her. I choose sacrifice because it is the only thing my oath taught me to choose. When war finds us at last, banners torn, bells tolling, the duke's soldiers at our gates, the king commands Cassandra's wedding be moved to dawn, as if a vow could hold a crumbling wall. I smuggle her through passageways, iron ringing, smoke clawing the lungs. We reach a chapel above the river, stone cold and holy. "Run," I say, pressing the signet that would open the northern roads into her palm. "You're coming with me," she says, and for a heartbeat I let myself belong to that future. Then I hear the boots below. "If they catch you with me, they will kill you," I tell her. "If they catch me without you, I will still be dead," she says, voice shaking, furious. The door shutters. There is no time for eloquence. "I would burn for you," I confess, a blade of truth drawn at last. "Then don't," she whispers, a command wrapped in mercy, and I step into the hall alone. The separation is a wound we both keep living through. She is escorted to an altar of politics. I am sent to the front where the earth swallows names. Letters never leave my hands. Prayers never leave her lips. The war grinds. Seasons gnaw at the edges of us. She learns cunning sharper than crowns. I learn the line between bravery and despair. Fate, stubborn and unromantic, drags us back together when the city is starving and the duke has vanished with the treasury. Cassandra rides out cloaked in gray to the refugee camp, and I am there counting rations with blood under my nails. We see each other like a sudden sunrise, blinding, inevitable. There are no witnesses but the wind. "You're alive," she says, as if accusing me of cruelty. "I promised," I answer, and all the unsaid years gather. We do not kiss. The first touch is her forehead against mine, a cathedral built from breath, a vow no court can sanction. The confession comes not in words but in how we choose. She turns her back on a throne to save a city. I turn my back on an oath to save her. We decide, finally, to walk the knife's edge together, quiet at first. Careful, building a world in the spaces no law can reach. Perhaps there is a crown, perhaps there is exile, Perhaps there is only the long road north and the sound of our footsteps keeping time. The ending is a door left ajar, but the love is not a question. It is a fact we carry like fire, forbidden and bright, enough to light our way.